Welcome to the Nevis newscast for Tuesday, November 21st, 2023. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. The Integrity in Public Life Amendment Bill 2023 was passed in the Nevis Island Assembly on Tuesday, November 21st. Premier and Minister of Finance, the Honourable Mark Brantley, was the mover of the bill to amend the Integrity in Public Life Ordinance Cap 1.02 and for matters related thereto and connected therewith.
The Integrity Commission shall consist of a chairperson, retired judge or attorney at law of at least 15 years, appointed by the Deputy GG in his or her own deliberate judgment, and then B, two other persons appointed by the Deputy Governor General after consultation with the Premier and the opposition, if any, as follows. One member appointed on the recommendation of the Premier, so that remains. 2, one member appointed on the recommendation of the leader of the opposition. That is, of course, preserving the position as to when there is a leader of the opposition. If there is no leader of the opposition, then the Deputy Governor General may appoint a member on the advice of the member or members of the opposition, provided that where there is no member of the opposition or the members of the opposition cannot agree on a nominee, then a member will be appointed on the advice of the Premier after consultation with the members of the opposition, if any.
In addition to the amendment of Section 3, the Minister of Finance also proposed amendments of Sections 5, 7, and 8.
The other amendment is less significant in that what we are trying to do is just to change the period of appointment. I think the initial legislation contemplated 5 years, 5-year tenure. We think that's too long. And so we have asked that the House adopt a position where we move the tenure of appointment of commissioners from 5 years to 3 years. That will also allow other people to get an opportunity to serve in due course. And then at Section 6, we continue with the effort at dealing with the position when there is no leader of the opposition by saying in relation to the removal that the Deputy Governor General will consult if there is somebody in office to consult with.
The Integrity in Public Life Ordinance is an ordinance to establish an Integrity Commission in order to ensure integrity in public life, to obtain declarations of the assets, liabilities, income, and interest in relation to property of persons in public life, to give effect to the provisions of the Inter-American Convention Against Corruption and matters incidental thereto and connected therewith. On Monday, November 20th, a resolution of the National Assembly of St. Christopher and Nevis on geothermal energy was unanimously adopted by the Federal Parliament. The resolution notes that the federal government of St. Christopher and Nevis and the Nevis Island Administration are collaboratively pursuing the development of a geothermal project. Making a statement as Minister of Public Utilities and Energy in the Nevis Island Assembly on Tuesday, November 21st, Premier of Nevis, the Honourable Mark Brantley, described the resolution as historical and important.
And that resolution sought to signify in a very real way to the people of the Federation, the region, and the wider world that St. Kitts and Nevis, Bastia and Charlestown are equally committed to the exploration and development of the geothermal resource on Nevis. And the intention, Madam President, is for us to work together to harness this resource for the benefit of all the people of the Federation. We view what happened yesterday as a watershed event. No longer will there be different and discordant notes being sounded, information of different kind being disseminated. But for the first time, Bastia and Charlestown will be on the same page in relation to this.
Premier Brantley, who is the member for the constituency of Nevis 9 in the National Assembly, noted that the resolution was unanimously adopted by the members present.
Madam President, it is relevant because, as we all know, Nevis does not have standing in the international community on its own. And oftentimes when we engage with international agencies or with third-party governments, they want to know what the position of the federal government is in relation to these matters. We have had, for example, some $17 million approved by the Caribbean Development Bank. And that was not possible except for the intervention of the Prime Minister, Dr. Terence Drew, on St. Kitts, who needed to write to the Development Bank to say that the federal government supports this project in order for the Development Bank to take it forward. So I just want the people of Nevis to understand and appreciate that approaching this as a joint venture, a venture that is intended to benefit all of the people of the Federation, is the pathway to realize this potential of geothermal for the benefit certainly of the people here on the island of Nevis, where the resource is located, but also to provide cheaper, cleaner energy to our brothers and sisters on St. Kitts as well.
The resolution notes that the federal government and the NIA equally recognize the critical importance of energy security and the need to transition to sustainable and renewable energy sources. Still to come.
May this World Fisheries Day encourage us to forge forward together in conserving our marine and freshwater environments.
The details after this break.
As a responsible taxpayer, you help to finance free health care at all health centers on Nevis. Thank you for putting country above self. This message was brought to you by the Inland Revenue Department, Nevis. Be a responsible citizen.
Welcome back. Cast the Net is the theme for the 2023 observance of World Fisheries Day.
As we celebrate World Fisheries Day on Tuesday, November the 21st, 2023, let us reflect as to why this day is celebrated each year. The main reasons are, firstly, it highlights the importance of the various practices that we need to undertake to conserve the health of our oceans and all the species of life that are dependent on it. And secondly, it signifies how important sustainable fishing is to small island communities and countries like ours. So on this day, let us take a moment to appreciate the hard work, dedication, and commitment of our fishermen by thanking them for the invaluable contribution to food security within our society. We must keep our fishers and their families in our prayers, as this is a dangerous and unsure profession.
Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries in the Nevis Island Administration, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, in delivering his address, encouraged the public to support the fishers on island.
I want us also to purchase and eat local seafood products when we visit the fish market, food shops, restaurants, and hotels. Let us continue to make informed choices and participate in existing initiatives. By doing this, we as a community and as a nation will contribute to the conservation of our marine resources. Finally, let us all join with the Department of Marine Resources, St. Kitts and Nevis, and the fishermen of this noble profession by supporting them as they celebrate their week of activities. May this World Fisheries Day encourage us to forge forward together in conserving our marine and freshwater environments, while being intentionally sustainable, therefore developing and growing our economy and improving the quality of the life of our communities. Happy World Fisheries Day to all of our fishers and stakeholders.
World Fisheries Day is celebrated annually on November 21st and is observed across the United Nations. Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley, will host his next press conference on Thursday, November 23rd. The press conference will be held at the Cabinet Room on the second floor of the Social Security Building at Pinnes Estate. Premier Brantley will provide an update on matters pertaining to Nevis, and members of the press will have the opportunity to ask questions. The Premier's press conference will be broadcast live from 10 a.m. on Nevis Television, NTV Channel 99, Nevis Television Facebook page, and Nevis Newscast YouTube channel. And that's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.